there is a lot we could have chosen to talk about, but due to a lot of reasons, and five of which we'll present right now, we chose the age of awareness, and I think we will focus a lot more on social changes rather than data exactly, and we'll answer about data later on. So the age of information has allowed us to learn everything we could, everything we want, and that led us to a sudden wave of awareness. We are now aware of so many things, we know so much. We are the kings of everything, as Maria said. But what really matters is what will we do about it? Because awareness is just the first step into action. Our age will be remembered as the age of awareness, the age that spread awareness and outlined the critical problems of our world that have been existing for far more than our lifetime, maybe the entire human race existence, and our lifetime as well. What really matters are not the mistakes that have been made, but how we face them and how we repair them as a human race altogether.
Imagine, you wake up one day and everything around you, everything, is taken up by a ruthless force. Your family is unable to escape, and you have no idea how to stop this searing pain. This is what it feels like to be a koala in Australia. More than 25,000 koalas have died in the bushfires that ravaged Australia since June 2019, and this nightmare does not seem to stop. However, Australia is not the only country that is suffering. In fact, most habitats are lost due to the 0.8 degrees Celsius increase in the temperature since 1880. This means that in the last 140 years, we have been completely ignoring all the signs of climate change, and now we have got to the point where we only have 11 years left to mend our world. Every living being on this earth shares one planet, and yet our individual lives are so different.
I am standing here between you all right now, and despite our different backgrounds, we all have something in common: our privilege. But how many of us can truthfully say that we think of others, the ones that are less fortunate than us? Let's think about 3.3 million Yemeni children who are starving from malnutrition right now because of Houthi rebels who have confiscated food and medicine. And how about the 130 kids who have died just today? Let's think about the people in the Central African Republic where they live in slums like these, where there's no access to toilets, clean water, or electricity. The fact that I'm aware of this, and you guys are too, is something our age will be remembered for. Outlets like the news, media, people who strive for equity for all are thankful for that. Now, this is something I have to address. We humans are self-serving, according to Maslow's law of needs. Why can't we find a common sustained ground? Our ignorance is the fact for this, but due to our awareness, we can help show others use their advantage in life in order to provide for the greater good. Now, this may help one of humanity's long-lasting problems. Human rights violations have happened for so long. But we have other problems that society has turned a blind eye to.
So, I'm coming out to discuss how sexuality, although still kind of an awkward topic for more conservative areas, has gained so much global awareness. In fact, 25 countries around the world have finally legalized same-sex marriage, and countless others are recognizing or giving legal recognition to same-sex relationships. Speaking of the law, couples who are same-sex can now adopt their own children, and that's no longer a problem. The fact that it ever was is kind of insane to think about. But because of these changes, which are monumental, it gives way for influencers such as RuPaul or Bianca Del Rio to build a platform to help create a better understanding and normalize the sense of queer in society. But this is not to say that the LGBTQ+ community isn't still globally accepted. In around 73 countries around the world, it is still punishable by death just to be a homosexual. Can anyone here imagine what it's like to have to hide a part of who you are just so you can see another day? We are so fortunate to have grown up in this age of awareness in such a privileged sense that we don't have to hide who we are. Now, obviously, globally, we still have much to go to be more aware of, but there are more things that scare us than who we are.
9/11, the Twin Towers fell, and the reign of terror has begun. That is the day when we started being afraid of walking on the street. That is the day when we should be afraid. The day when we should not feel secure wherever you are. That's not what matters really. That's what they want. That's what they want us. And when I say they, I mean both sides of this coin, both parties of this war. It doesn't matter what they do. It matters how we face it, how we respond to it. Let's talk about Donald Trump a bit more, because President Trump has been having these new policies of banning another 7 countries from free traveling around the world. He's responding to fear through banning this topic, making it more taboo, which further increases how afraid the population is, and is discriminating people for what they believe in. In comparison, we have Prime Minister Ardern's quick response to the mosque attack, which was immediate, and she banned all weapons in the country. She is protecting people by banning tools of destruction, not discriminating people for who they are and what they believe in. Through all this action that has been taken, we have learned that nowadays terror is real. It has been real for a lot of years before, through many forms, but now it's more prevalent than ever. It's more attention than ever through the media. And now we are aware of many forms, whether it's white terrorism or not. But people do it, people act out like this because they cannot express themselves. However, and luckily, our generation can.
Younger generations have become more politically aware and involved nowadays. Millennials and Gen Z currently overtake the past generations in number, and on average, we are more invested in world issues and willing to make the change.
There are countless examples of teenagers who are using their voice to enact change. For example, Rashid Jain. He's produced a program that will help isolate pancreas cancer when he was 14. Amika George led a protest outside of Theresa May's apartment to help enact reforms on period poverty. And everyone knows Millie Bobby Brown from the Stranger Things show where she was 11, but she's used that platform to help push further her role as a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador.
In this day and age, we have the ability to evolve our morals and change the rights so that we can live in a better life, in a greater life. And this is due to our awareness.
It might be unfair the fact that we cannot afford having the ignorance that past generations did. But together,
Stay aware and be the change. Thank you.
Thank you.
One last thing we have to
This
say.
is not considered presentation, but thank you very much.
The panelists have an envelope taped at the bottom of their chairs. At the end of this, if you would like, you can open the envelopes and see what's written inside.
You are aware, probably, especially Mr. Huckle, you are aware they're there, you never see the problem behind. You are meant to put them all 4 together.
Awareness is the first step to action. They have to know something is going on to do something about it. Derek Virgil. Thank you. Well done.
Wonderful, thank you so much. Do we have a question from the expert panel, perhaps from Mr. Huckleberg?
Lots of different issues there. I wonder if you have a solution how we might tackle them, or if there are any solutions to these problems. And the second question, you touched upon it just there. Are we now, in history, a divided generation? Do you think the generational division in our age is as strong as it's ever been?
First of all, to address the first question, I think the biggest reason and the biggest way we can solve this is by people starting to care. I care about you and you care about me. And I care about all of the people in here. And that's when we stop putting barriers. That's when we start realizing that the planet is going to die and we're all going to die with it. That's when we solve global warming. That's when we stop discriminating. That's when we realize we're all the same. When we start caring for each other and stop hating. I know that sounds quite cheesy, but I think in my opinion it's true. As for the second question, I don't think it's an age when we're more divided. Maybe past generations, but this generation, I think, is the one that will have to stand united or fall splitted and divided.
And in a sense, we've always been segregated. There's been segregation of black people and white people in South Africa and in places in America. But I feel like in our age, in our lifetime, we have come to learn to break past those barriers, and we have learned to forget all about social standards and everything, so that we can come and face problems that we need to tackle right now. Headmaster?
If I've understood your thesis correctly, we are living in something of an enlightened age because we're now aware of things that previous ages didn't know. And I dare say that those who lived in the time of Socrates or Galileo or Da Vinci or Columbus or Einstein probably felt the same thing. So my question to you is, what is there that we might not know that we don't know? What is there that we might not yet be aware of?
That's a very tough one. I'd say I'm not sure that's the truth. I'm not sure, and I don't think anyone can really be sure of what we don't know. And yes, everyone believed that. Maybe every generation in the past believes this so far. But from the time of Socrates, thousand years have passed, and we are still here. Hopefully, it's going to be the case for many more years, millions of years.
Excellent. Thank you very much.